Hello, 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 beautiful earth angels, cycle breakers, empaths, alchemists. Pressing go live on Instagram. Okay, I think we're rolling. Thank you, StreamYard. Welcome, everyone, to podcast 144, From Lead to Gold, Turning Trauma into Trust. Trauma does not define the soul, but it does shape the nervous system and our ability to trust. When pain is met with presence, compassion, and spiritual support, something profound begins to shift. What once felt heavy and leaden becomes integrated and meaningful. Trauma transforms into trust as the body learns safety and the heart reopens and reconnects to benevolence. This is the alchemy of gentle healing, where restoration replaces resistance and wisdom emerges from lived experiences. So my intention with this podcast, it's really a prayer, right? My prayer, my hope, my desire, my intention is that this podcast is a soft place to land, that it is a space of transformation, that you come one person and you leave another person, you leave transformed. This is a space where we shine our heart light onto the wound, the pain, the trauma, the stories that are held in our body. Because when we gather together, us earth angels, cycle breakers, light workers, with intention, that's when transformation occurs. So in these episodes, I'm sharing teachings from my debut book, Receiving from Your Angels, 4 Practices to Heal Your Pain with Angel Love, and an angel activation, oracle card, right? Their medicine, their energy. Sorry, I might knock my cards down. This wants to keep slipping today. Stay. There we go. This is the space for you. So that's my intention with this. This isn't about me. This is about you. Right? I'm a channel of the angels for your healing. Of course, for mine, me first, right? But this is your time to relax and cherish your body, to receive and trust your intuition, to activate your energy body, to receive benevolence and compassion. So, for those of you who are new to me, my name is Jill Kempner, angel coach, alchemist, and author of Receiving from Your Angels. And as an angel coach, what I help my clients do is to heal the pain in their bodies with the love of the angels through the relax, release, receive process. And no, it is not a magic pill. Although time and time again, countless times we've had miraculous healings, right? We've had magic and miracles and the mystery of the universe be revealed to us in that sacred portal. And it's an honor. Sorry, my throat is scratchy again. And so it's an honor to walk by my client's side and watch them heal, watch them transform, watch them alchemize their pain into peace, to understand the deeper meaning of that pain no matter how many decades or lifetimes they've experienced it. So it's really about changing the patterns, and we have to have the courage. This is courageous work. It's vulnerable work because we sit with the pain. But here's the thing, when we do it with the angels, we don't drown in it, right? We're not re-traumatized. We're looking at it from a higher perspective. We're looking at it through the lens of love, the lens of our soul. And that's the shift. And you know what? When stuff is really heavy, like the multiple traumas I've been through, we need someone's help, right? We need someone there to create a loving space, a loving witness, and to share their light with us. And that's what I do. So whether you're here live in this moment, hello, welcome, or you're going to connect with the replay, as I know many of you do, we're all here together, right? Creating a beam of light, a circle of light. And so I welcome this empowerment circle of empowerment and unconditional love, angelic protection, miracles, joy. We welcome it all here, all the love. And always, I want you to take what resonates and leave the rest. There's some gem in here for you. And here's what I'm hearing the angels say, thank you. Like, set the intention, right, to receive a gem. Whether it's from my story, from the teaching, just from a download that comes to you because you're here. One of the things, thank you, angels, they're saying something to me. Why I feel I've had so much healing and transformation absolutely is from the relax, release, receive process, and from my book and from the tools and all of that. But another thing that really came to me right now, but has been with me, is I've been very devoted to this particular coach, and she's amazing. She's always in my head. Why have I stayed with her for almost 2 decades? Is because she speaks my language. She's in my head. She's in my heart. She's speaking to me. And so I've been very devoted to taking her classes and listen to the podcast and do all the things. And here's what I do. And I'm inviting you to do this. Make this podcast like I've made my coach's podcasts or teachings or offerings and all the things, time with your angels. So what I did is I said, you know what? I'm going to take that 90-minute masterclass and I'm going to show up. And sometimes I'm there live and sometimes I'm there in the replay, and it's fine. But I show up with the intention that it's time with my soul, time with my soul, time with my angels. So I invite you to do the same thing, right? Make this a space of, you get to make it a space of transformation by setting that intention that it will be. So that was not in the plan, but that felt very important to share. Just listening if there's anything else. Yeah, so I'm just so happy you're here. Thank you. And thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm so grateful for you. There's a new program. I have a free program coming this year that I'm going to be talking more about. For those of you who have been so supportive of the work. It's not just my work, right? It's the work, right? The work to awaken, the work to heal, the work to spread love, right? Because it's all about spreading the love. But the good news is the message of the one, right, is to spread the love within first. So for some reason that all had to be said, maybe before I drop down and into today's story, teachings, wisdom, insights, all of that. So today is not about retelling a traumatic story for the sake of reliving it. It's about understanding how trauma lives in the body and how it shapes the nervous system and how trust is slowly and gently rebuilt over time. because I often think of this story here from Trauma to Trust, which is actually story number 4 in my book, right? Practice number 1 is renew your devotion. And I tell the story of my dark night of the soul and how the daily angel practice came to be. Practice number 2 is relax and cherish your body, which actually had to do with me retiring, right? Tearing my knee, tearing my shoulder, retiring from massage and stepping into being an angel coach and author and energy healer exclusively. Practice number 3, release and lead with your heart, which is actually, the one of the big trauma that happened, right? Is my father's death. Traumatic childhood, chaotic childhood, stressful childhood, father's traumatic death. And then practice number 4, receive and trust your intuition, right? Is Dylan's story. It's the story of me taking trauma and turning it into trust. And it was interesting because when I was sitting to write these podcast notes, I'm like, I was just like, what am I supposed to share? I've been talking about this for years. I mean, geez. It happened in 2018. And so this is what came through today about it. And I hope it resonates. So an alchemist, which I'm going to be talking more and more about this year, is not someone who an alchemist is not someone who avoids pain or transcends it quickly. An alchemist is someone who chooses to meet pain. It could be trauma, it could be physical or emotional pain, with presence, with curiosity, and with love, again and again and again. So until the pain no longer owns them. And I feel, and I do feel, solid about this and committed to this and confident that the relax, release, receive process gives you the steps, gives you the foundation, gives you the soft landing place to do just that, to take the lead and turn it into gold. So I want to say this. This is important. When I was writing this and getting downloads from my soul and my angels, I want to say that every human, so let's slow it down even more than that, right? You're a human being and you're a soul. You're a soul having a human experience, right? Your vast unconditional soul said, hey, yeah, I'll be in a physical body. Sign me up. Human body, human ego, human mind. I'm ready for the challenge, right? Your soul was like, yeah. Then you get here and you're like, what did I sign up for? Really? Are you sure? So when I talk about the alchemist, right, I believe that every human has an inner alchemist. So no one is more gifted, no one is more chosen, no one's more advanced than anyone else, right? That's the ego's compare and despair. Let me compare myself to that other person and feel bad and stay stuck, right? So trauma does not disqualify you from healing. It initiates you, right, into deeper wisdom. If you're willing to walk with it consciously. I think that was the biggest shift for me with my brother's accident, was that I did it consciously. I realized all the other traumas I had done. I mean, first of all, the big trauma when I was 11 of my father being murdered, how could I walk through it consciously? Right? I mean, it was impossible. I didn't have tools. There was no support. There was no mindset. There was no tools. It was just like, shove it down and keep going. Live, survive, right? And I lived like that for a long time until my, nervous breakdown, until my psychotic break, and I had to go to the hospital. And then from there, that was my opening to the angels, my opening to my soul. in a soul-led life and an intention-filled life, and to start walking this path consciously. And I know if you're drawn to my work, that's what you want to do. And so we're here, me and the angels, to awaken your inner alchemist. Hello, welcome. Okay, so many of you know that my brother was in a traumatic car accident in 2018. And what followed, it's so interesting because when I wrote this, I was like, whoa, yes. What followed was not a moment, but it was a 5-year initiation. And actually, I might even up that to 7 years, because it didn't end when when Dylan died. So I want to say it was like a 7-year initiation. The trauma didn't end when the accident ended. The vigilance didn't end. The responsibility didn't end. The inflammation didn't end. I was holding my brother. I was holding my mother. I was holding everything together. And in doing so, my body stayed in survival mode. So that kind of sustained shock and hypervigilance doesn't just live in the mind, although I definitely think it does. It lives in the nervous system. For me, it lived in my gut. It lives in the tissues, right? The issues in the tissues. For me, PTSD did not look like one dramatic breakdown. It looked, and this is going to make me emotional. It's okay. This is good because it's healing. Thank you. Hey, Rachel. Oh, okay. It looked like years of being on alert, years of managing, years of suppressing my body's signals because someone else needed me more. And eventually, my body spoke louder. Crohn's disease was not like random for me. It was the body's response to prolonged trauma, grief, over responsibility, and unprocessed shock. I would say just all of those are right? It's like trauma's trauma, but when it's left unprocessed, it becomes the PTSD, right? Stress is stress. It's part of being human. But when left unprocessed, it's the unprocessed whatever that eventually causes pain in the body. And the pain, the body is the truth teller going, okay, the pain is just like, hey, I'm a signal. Bring me healing, right? Bring me more love. What did I say in my book? When your body is ill or injured, it just needs more love. It's not a punishment. It's not a damnation. It's not bad karma, right? It's just a signal. It's like, oh, my gut hurts. What does it need? Oh, my head hurts. What does it need? So trust was not something I could think my way into. Trust had to be rebuilt in my body. So for many of us, highly sensitive, highly intuitive souls, us earth angels, cycle breakers, light workers, empaths, alchemists, trauma can fracture trust. Not just trust in life, but trust in our body, trust in our intuition, trust in our ability to feel safe. And trust isn't just blind faith, it's earned. Trust is earned through safety, consistency, and support. Excuse me. So this is where alchemy becomes real. And maybe I'll share the alchemy formula here today too, as I continue to talk about it. My download on Sunday. So alchemy is the sacred process of transforming something that's heavy, leaden, right, into something that's luminous, light and luminous. It's turning pain into peace, wounds into wisdom, and lived experience into medicine. So why I can show up and shine here today and share my story with self-love and grace, with self-compassion, is because I chose to see the hard, painful things I went through the eyes of love. That's alchemy. And it's literally, I think, the simplest way I could talk about it. So alchemy doesn't happen through bypassing or forcing positivity. It happens through presence, through compassion, through support, both physical and emotional support. So not just support from other humans, although I think that's incredibly important. It's like all levels of support, human and divine. That's sort of why I think what I do is just so cool. It's like, yeah, it's me, and it is my coaching program and my soul, that's the channel, and my angel, but it's like me and the angels, right? So I love that. Oh, here it is. Good. Yay. So I'm going to be talking about the alchemy formula that I received the download for on Sunday. Yesterday, I did a Facebook Live talking about the Angelic Alchemist membership and the download. And I want to share something about downloads. So it's your intuition, it's your soul or your angels or the divine when it comes in fully formed. So I literally saw in my mind's eye the words invitation plus intention plus R to the third equals alchemy. And I was like, whoa, that's it. This is what I've been talking about. Thank you for simplifying it for me. And I was so excited. And I'm going to keep talking about that, especially in my ceremony. I have a free ceremony on Thursday, the 22nd. I'd love for you and your angels to join us to get a little glimpse of angelic alchemy. So it's like you dipping your toe in. And then I do have another offering that I can share more about at the end. So go back to my notes. So invitation plus intention plus relax, release, receive equals alchemy. So invitation is the moment that you admit you can't do this alone. Invitation is about aligning our personal will, because we have free will. Thank you, Source. Right? To make our own choices, to grow I see free will as the opportunity to grow at your own pace. And then when we look at it through that lens, we could say, oh, there's people just right now who are just growing at their own pace, right? That's a loving, compassionate way to look at the people who are still carrying around a lot of lead, if you will. Hi, welcome. Say hi if you're here. So that's an invitation, is inviting the angels to help you. I mean, right? There's more layers to it, and I'll be talking more about that today in my Facebook Live about invitation to the ceremony and everything. Intention is the willingness to heal without knowing exactly how. I mean, the how is the relax, release, receive process, but even that, there's a mystery in that, right? So the intention is, okay, this is the pain I need to heal. If you're feeling courageous today, put it in the chat what you're healing. I'm healing Crohn's disease, inflammation in my gut, and I'm doing it publicly on purpose, intentionally. Number one, because I want to heal. And number two, because I'm so devoted to the relax, release, receive process. I'm so devoted to the angelic alchemist within myself that I'm willing to be vulnerable about it. and share the process with you. So intention is like, okay, this is what I'm healing, and here's how I want to feel, right? Here's how I want to feel. I want to feel at peace. I want to feel joy. I want to feel compassion. And energy follows intention. And then R to the third, which just made me laugh because I wasn't never really an algebra person, wasn't a huge math. I didn't hate math, but I didn't love math, and I did fine in school. But when I saw this equation, I definitely had those parts where like, equation math, no, I'm going to scare people away with this. So don't worry, it's not real math. I make myself laugh. Right? The relax, release, receive is the nervous system learning that it's safe again. Right? This is how trauma becomes trust. Not overnight, not perfectly, but honestly. So I'm going to come back to that. The angels are saying. Yeah. Okay. So today I wasn't guided to talk about the details of Dylan's traumatic car accident that left him with a brain injury. And then, just reshaped his whole life. And I do believe eventually led to his death in 2023, just because of the level of suffering that he had trouble alchemizing, right? That he had trouble living with. And it's just hard. It's sad. But what I was guided to focus on were the gems. And I, it's like, okay, one of my gems that I've gotten from that experience was the power of prayer. And I've talked about that before. I was like, man, did I ever believe in prayer? I mean, I could literally feel love and comfort and support and healing when I posted on Facebook and asked for prayers during that time. And I could feel the love. I was like, wow, this is like amazing. I can feel the love. I can feel the angels. I can feel and I could feel the shift, and there were so many freaking miracles that happened in Dylan's, from the accident to the recovery. I mean, miracles abound. And I was like, okay, I learned that, I learned the power of prayer. I learned just so many things, but when I sat with it, I was like, what's the core gem that I learned? And because I'm like, why am I so confident now? Like, I've been thinking about it. It's 2026 and I'm so much more confident about my medicine and about the relax. And I mean, some of it is just time, time has passed and I've committed to the process and it works. I'm getting results. My clients are getting results. Okay. But I thought, what? And I don't mean it. I mean this in a loving way. Like, I really was curious, like, what sets me apart from the people I'm here to serve right now? What's the little difference? And I don't mean it in that way, but this is just a download, so I'm not censoring it. What am I doing differently? That's right. What am I doing differently? And what came to me was trust. I mean, seriously, that is what I learned. So thank you for that lesson. I learned it. I do not want to repeat that trauma again. To learn how to trust. Thank you very much. But I learned to trust myself. I learned to trust my gut. I learned to trust my angels. I learned to trust that sometimes all I could do was relax. The only thing I could do when he was on his deathbed multiple times, and he freaking was, without going into the story, trust me, he was. When all I could do was relax and receive, and then there would be a shift, I learned to trust. And I'm grateful. So I learned how to trust myself, not spiritually bypassed trust, not everything happens for a reason trust, but embodied trust. Trusting my body's signals, my pacing, trusting my need to stop suffering, even when grief is still present, trusting my intuition when there's no clear roadmap, trusting my ability to stay alive without staying in pain. So yeah, you know what? I have other gems here, but I'm not being guided to share them today. So here's what feels like in the moment, right? And honest. My Crohn's disease is not asking me to heal it aggressively. It's asking me to stop abandoning my body under pressure, right? It's an initiation into pacing instead of pushing, listening instead of overriding, safety instead of survival, and an initiation into receiving instead of holding it all together. So I hope something I shared here today resonated with you. So how did I turn lead into gold? The lead of the devastation, the trauma, the upset, the pain, into spiritual gold. For me, the spiritual gold was trust. That's the gold that I received from that trauma. And I'm so grateful for it because honestly, self-trust and being decisive, making calm, clear, quick decisions, not second guessing myself anymore has made me a more powerful healer. And so I invite you into that as well. So yeah, that's it. Okay. So I want to invite you into a moment right now, not to fix anything, but to notice, where has trauma taught you to stay alert instead of trusting? Where has your body learned that relaxing feels unsafe? And what would it feel like to soften even just 5% right now? So let's do just a quick, short inner journey, closing your eyes. Take some cleansing breaths. And as you breathe, feel your breath anchoring you into your body, into your heart, and onto the earth. See and feel your energetic roots dropping down through the layers of the earth and the crystals to the heart of Pachamama, Mother Earth, Gaia. Take a breath there. And just feel this energy of gratitude, thanking your body for serving you so well. Thanking your soul for embodying. And then welcoming the beautiful angels, your beautiful angels here. And I'm feeling your guardian angels, this pearlescent white light surrounding you. Thank you for guiding, surrounding, directing, and protecting me. For my absolute highest good and highest healing, I welcome your love, your presence, your compassion, your healing, your wisdom, your insights. Just let yourself relax. Even just a few, just relax. Your jaw, your shoulders, your belly, your back. I'm willing to understand the deeper meaning of my pain. I'm willing to understand why I went through that difficult initiation. What lesson did I learn? What gem did I receive from that pain, from that wound, from that hard thing I went through? And let it bubble up. Maybe it's going to bubble up within you like an upload and you get an answer. Maybe it's going to pour down from the heavens, from your soul, from the divine, from the angels into the body as a download. And we're in this beautiful new moon portal. So the new moon is here. New moon, new beginnings. New energy, new wisdom, a new gem. So we welcome our clairs to open, our intuition to open, to get this answer without forcing, without pushing, without urgency, without fear. As soon as I said that, I feel your guardian angels place their hands on your heart and just send you an infusion of love as the answer to your question emerges. And even if you already know, like I know it's trust, what I feel is happening is I'm integrating trust, and the trust is the gold that's pouring into the lead of that trauma. And it's really beautiful. So let that happen for you, because that's what I feel is happening right now. And take some cleansing breaths as that beautiful energy integrates into your system, calming your nerves, relaxing the belly. It's time to receive the gem. And so it is. So bringing our hands to our hearts in prayer mudra, we bow to each other in our own hearts. We dedicate the healing that you've received today to all our relations in all directions of time, knowing that your angels are here bowing to you with love and devotion as we seal this short inner journey with a namaste. Namaste, everyone. Okay, so that was really beautiful. I just, thank you. I'm trying to decide what oracle deck to use. Come on, angels. All right, I love this one so much, and it's right here, so I'm going to get this one. All right, how are you turning trauma into trust this week? And don't minimize your stuff, okay? Don't do little t, big T. Trauma is trauma. Pain is pain. The angels never minimize your pain. Yeah? If you're in pain in any way right now, know that there is a gem there. And through the alchemy process, right? Invitation, intention, relax, release, receive, you will alchemize this. So how is it we're alchemizing our trauma into trust this week? Ooh, I'm feeling that. This is the answer. I feel this so much. Comfort. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Trust your inner wisdom and intuition, and let the loving presence of your guardian angel be a source of comfort and solace. You are receiving assistance. Look at this beautiful goddess angel. And what I'm drawn to is the blue. There's a lot of blue here, and there's like a blue, and it's almost like her clairs are lit up. Her third eye, her clairsentience. Look at her crown. So it's like you are receiving, right? How do we receive love from our angels? Through our intuition, through our body, through our energy body. right? So welcome the angels of comfort this week. Yes, you're allowed to comfort the trauma. It's not comforting the part that's traumatized, isn't drowning, isn't dwelling, isn't re-traumatizing, right? It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I have a lot of parts that are still traumatized even from 2018, and they're living in my gut, and I'm willing to look at that now and heal it and get the gems. So that's what I do. Okay. Invitations. Thank you, angels. There's so many invitations because this is my year. 2026 is my year. It's the year of the fire horse, baby. I'm a horse and I'm fire. So this is going to be my year. We're still shedding skins right now. And that's why there's all these tears. And I'm still in the messy middle of a real deep healing. And that's okay, because I'm confident I'm going to get to the other side of it. And you're part of that. So thank you. So if you are interested, and I'm in this place, so let me slow down for a minute. There's many ways to connect with me and my medicine. Actually, there's a pyramid, and I'm going to be putting that pyramid on my website. I'm refining it right now and cleaning it up. I got an awesome download for last week. I've had so many downloads. I felt like every day was the new moon. Like seriously, so much clarity, downloads. And I just did this tiny, I did two big overhaul healings in my gut, and download central. So I'm so excited. So some of the invitations are a consult. Now that's for my coaching programs. The other invitation this week is there's two offerings. One is open to the public, and it's open for everybody. It's my free ceremony on Thursday, the 22nd at 7 p.m. Central Time, where you're going to get a glimpse. The intention, there's so much intention infused in this ceremony. I'm going to talk about that in a Facebook Live. So it's a glimpse of the Angelic Alchemist membership. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. If that's interesting to you, if you want to feel more of this awesome, yummy, lovey energy, join me. Bring a friend. It's free. And lots of bonuses if you're there live. The second invitation, so here's how I look at it, right? There's one message, you first, you matter. There's a gem in the middle of your pain, and we can get there. So you can dip your toe in with the ceremony, or you can plunge in. It's not a polar plunge, though. Oh, it might feel like that for some. I'm kidding. Into the Angel Reiki immersion. I have one opening remaining in my Angel Reiki immersion. You're going to learn level 1, 2, and 3. And that's all I'll say about it today. All that information's on my website, jillkempnerhealing.com. That starts on Saturday, January 24th. And then, of course, if something that I shared here deeply resonated with you and you're ready to step into a coaching container and to have me and the angels, me and my program, walk by your side, I invite you to the Angelic Pain Relief Consult. So here's a download I received last week after a consult. The consult is a moment of relief. And I absolutely plan to bring that, right? We're going to get your fuel. We're going to pull an archangel for you. You're going to hear what your pain is really about. The consult is, and my program, so the consult is a moment of relief. My program is the roadmap to relief. The consult is where we talk about that roadmap. I'm going to put the consult form link in here. I have one consult opening a week this year in 2026. That may change as my schedule fills and my practice fills. And that I may have less consult openings, but right now I have one a week. And that's that. So welcome the angels of comfort. I hope that something in here brought you comfort. And I'm so excited about all these beautiful offerings, the Angelic Alchemist membership. And of course, this week, the ceremony, that's the glimpse of that. And the angel Reiki immersion, which I cannot wait to get started. Thank you to the 5 beautiful souls that said yes. There's one opening. And I'll leave it at that. I love you. Mwah. Thanks for being here. Rachel and everybody else. No one put their names and everything this time. Rachel, Sylvia, Sporter 1188. 1188. Lots of love.